Thank you, Minister Lavrov. Michelle Nichols with Reuters. We've heard Russia's explanation for its invasion of Ukraine, but could you tell us what the end game is? Is the end game to overthrow the government in Kyiv? And how much pressure is Russia coming under from China to end this war?
The goals of the operation have been set in President Putin's statement on the 24th of February. We cannot tolerate. Tell me, for example, and I try to allude to some of the things which are absolutely intolerable. If imagine for a second, Reuters, right? If Ireland prohibited English in schools, in communications, in movie theaters, or if Belgium did the same to the French language, or Finland to the Swedish. Can you imagine any of these developments? I can't. But it would have been considered outrageous immediately, and there would have been a scandal and action, I have no slightest doubt, not to allow this to happen. But in case of Ukraine, for long, long years, the policy to eliminate anything Russian never drew any attention from media outlets in the West. And not only media outlets. We have been presenting these cases and calling for some action in OSCE, Council of Europe, United Nations, in relations between Russia and NATO, which at that time existed, in our contacts with the European Union, zero. Just like in the previous decades, after the Soviet Union disappeared, our insistence that European Union must end discrimination of Russians in Latvia and Estonia were not heeded at all. Absolutely. We have very deep conviction that our Western neighbors have racist instincts vis-à-vis Russia as a country, Russia as a nation. If you have any fact which will disprove what I am just saying about discrimination of Russians in Estonia, Latvia, and in Ukraine, where legislation was passed prohibiting everything, then of course we can discuss what analysis you might offer. So you call it aggression, you call it annexation. You're right. My answer is very simple. Don't try to judge from your office or from New York. Go to Crimea, talk to the people. Nobody does it except some brave politicians who are not in the elite, systemically. Go to the east. Anybody of you, did you go to Donbass during the 8 years of the war, when the Minsk agreements were raped every day? No. The Russian TV was broadcasting the situation on the Donbass side of the line of contact daily, live. And the damage to the civilian infrastructure, the killings of the peaceful population, was broadcast regularly. And we have been asking a question. Why don't Western journalists do the same on the Ukrainian, on the Ukrainian side of the line of contact? Because on the Ukrainian side of the line of contact, the damage was inflicted only by return fire. And it would be seen immediately. So I understand that you want to ask a question which would allow you then to write that I could not answer your question, but I think...
I'm after what's the military endgame. We understand your
I was just asked by our Chinese friend about the military endgame and the goals of the operation. You should read Putin more often and carefully. He announced everything on the 24th of February. Read it and you will get it.
And what about China? Pressure from China to end the war?
This I don't understand at all.
Your president said last week that President Xi had raised concerns about the war with President Putin.
Did he say pressure from China?
He said
Did he say pressure from China?
he said concerns. So
No, no, no.
I'm asking
Yes
you.
or no? Did he say pressure from China?
I'm asking you though, are you coming under any pressure? I don't know. I'm
No,
asking
no, no,
you.
no, no, no. You asked me what about how do we feel under pressure from China?
said,
Look,
are you
let's be honest.
Are
Let's
you
be
coming
honest.
under any pressure from China?
Look, you may tell your readers, listeners, viewers that I avoided to answer your question.
Российская газета, пожалуйста. Mic to microphone.
You mean you
для-
don't understand Russian?
Still.
High time to learn.